Alright, welcome to another match here. This is actually going to be done and recorded live with the commentary here. The match will be starting whenever I turn my hand yellow here. We have today PsychoRaven47 versus Evolution. First matchup to be played in Group D. Couple of good players here. You've seen Evolution in the tag tournament. Haven't seen PsychoRaven in any of the tournaments before, but I think it'll be a fun matchup. Bans are Highway and Refinery, I believe. I'll double check with them when we get through there. I know Highway's definitely banned for sure. I may have to check with them on the Refinery if it gets that far. But let's go ahead and ready up. We'll get underway with game one. Both players are ready, and here we go. So I'm going to be using a suicide deck here to pseudo-spectate. I'm just going to fire a Scream of Evil off into the corner here until I'm dead, after which I will be watching from the various player cams. So give me just a moment here and I'll be done with that. Alright. Looks like Trance on PsychoRaven catches what sounded like a bullet of fire from Evolution there. We'll turn on the tags. We've got that going. See how the quality turns out after this. It's Blazing Bullet. Not caught by the dark hole. Close. Evolution looking to keep himself safe. Will-o'-the-Wisp out of PsychoRaven. Does have his dark hole. Looks like another shield. Should be pretty safe from Evolution's blazing right now. Ooh, that reincarnation might start putting some damage down. Because we don't see a shield yet. There he is. Now he's got a shield. Fortress of Iron. That'll keep him safe for a good while. Oh, they both tag each other, but he gets the freeze off. Chooses to dump the healing water instead of keeping the pressure on. Misses the second ice sword. Misses his window. Now PsychoRaven's unfrozen again. Will-o'-the-Wisp. Looks like he's going to choose to block, which was a bad choice. He should have jumped it there. Couldn't block the follow-up reincarnation. That was a good move out of Raven. Doesn't lose his reincarnation. It's a slow combo, but it paid off. Evolution still at a 4 health advantage, playing it safe behind the pole. Has a third attack, not sure what it is. Likely to drop the ice sword. I'm willing to bet that's the Y button he just dumped. Probably still has the blazing bullet. If I were him, I'd be up there trying to fake out some more dark hole hits. This is 1v1. Every single time you get somebody to use an extra point of health, it counts that much more than it does in tag. He's playing well around that. Now he's starting to manual aim some of the blazing bullet, but PsychoRaven hasn't fallen for it yet. Dodges the vacuum slash. Keeping himself alive. Doesn't catch the flame sword. Blazing bullet. Let's see. Not sure if PsychoRaven kept the dark hole or if he has a different shield. I don't think we've seen him use the shield he currently has. Now he's manual aiming the Will-o'-the-Wisp, it looks like. Flame sword doesn't connect. PsychoRaven playing a good defense. Doesn't catch that last second. Oh, looks like a laser shell. Dumped the dark hole because he was taking too much damage from it. Still can't really get around it with the blazing bullet or the flame sword, but that's a shield that, yep, now with that heat on, still not quite able to break it. Armros watch on PsychoRaven, that could put Evolution at a really bad spot if he manages to catch him. We'll have to see if Evolution gets sloppy or not. Reincarnation doesn't connect, hits a pole. Trying to get a better angle here. Oh, there goes the bullet of fire. Almost hits the flame sword. Oh, he does catch the flame sword. PsychoRaven's defense is not on point. Needs to keep up. See if he can close it out now. He's at 2 health to 16. Also at a damage disadvantage. Doesn't catch the Armoros watch. Seems to be tunneling a little hard on that. Wasting a lot of aura trying to get that Armoros watch off. when in reality his shield blocks everything Evolution has. If he's blocking properly, he should be in a better spot. And he catches it. Finally does pay off after the tunneling on it. He does catch it. But at the same time, yep, he only had 2 health left, so the Armor's Watch didn't matter. That's a rough loss in the first round. It was well played, though. We saw some solid mechanics out of both players. And next will be Panorama. I believe they can hear me, so if either one of you sends me a quick message telling me if we're skipping Refinery or not. But I know we're skipping Highway, so we're going to Panorama. That's 1 up for Evolution, and we're going to have the next one here, see if PsychoRaven can turn the series around. Looks like both players are ready, and we're going to go ahead and slot into the game. Alright, got myself a Scream of Evil, far away from them. Fire into a corner. Looks like a Mephisto's Pact out of Evolution there early on. Chooses to pick up a purple. Interesting to see. Oh, he goes for the Vicious Balance. Waited until I was dead to use it. Manages to take, it looked like 4 or 5 aura off of PsychoRaven. Throws down a Lunar Force now. Holding on to an aura particle. Looks like he's got some dirty plans in mind. Wonder if he's going to come out with that Swift Punch. PsychoRaven looks to be in a bad spot. He has aura, but he's not picking it up, so maybe he's confident he can defend with whatever shield he has in hand. Looks like he's just biding his time and doesn't want to burn through his arsenal and get hit by the next Vicious, because Evolution's clearly setting up for another one by not grabbing any more aura. He's got an attack at a green. I'm willing to bet that's some sort of Swift attack and a Tiger Strength. Looks like he has another environmental in his hand. Not sure if that's going to be another Lunar Force or if he has something else he wants to lay down. 14 skills in. Looking to see what Evolution has to bring. Could be a Scream, could be an Agonies. Uses the Trance twice. Maybe he's going for Lingering Flame or Agonies. He's going bold with it. It's a lot of health to lose, although he's in a good spot because PsychoRaven doesn't have much. Oh, he does break the shield. We didn't get to see what that shield was, but he uses the Rebirth. So, not quite as devastating as I first thought. Gets back up to 2 aura. PsychoRaven actually in a pretty good spot right now. Uses his own trance. Let's see what he's got here. Got 5 aura. He's managing to bounce back from that Vicious Balance fairly well, though he did lose his shield. Evolution's already at 11 capsules. Takes another 3 aura, but that's not going to hurt Raven too bad as long as he doesn't get a bad draw. So it'll be interesting to see what else Evolution has to bring, because so far we've just seen the 2 Vicious Balances and an Agonies. You know, it's he hasn't brought a whole lot of offense to the table. He's taken, 6, 7, 8 aura away from PsychoRaven, but that's really not enough to make a super long term. Laid down another Lunar Force, holding on to another R particle. Willing to bet he's got 1 or 2 rebirths there, but not really sure where he's going with that. Using the trance again. It looks like he's going to hit another Agonies. I'd much rather see the Lingering Flame personally, but it looks like it's going to be an Agonies. Yep. He's probably going to catch it. 9 damage. Uses another Rebirth. He's got the Scream now. PsychoRaven dodging like a champ. Lands 1. He's wearing him down. Oh, 1 more and he's dead. Evolution about to lead the series 2-0. There it is. Manages to bring it back with the Trance Scream of Evil. Just never really seemed to get any traction there out of PsychoRaven, unfortunately. He wasn't hit as hard as I would have liked to see from the Vicious Balance, but not sure exactly what kind of arsenal he was bringing, because we never really saw it brought to bear because he got Vicious twice. I I do believe we'll be on City next. See, is Evolution going to go for the shutout? Or will PsychoRaven be able to bring back the series now? He's 2 down. It's 2 wins in favor of Evolution. It's a tough place to be mentally, especially going into a long-range map like City. It can be a real cerebral map. You can go long range, you can go short range, you can go medium range, especially in a 1v1. When it's tag team, it tends to trend a lot more towards lasers and long range, but when you're not able to get the flanking in, a lot of times the lasers aren't as good here in a 1v1 setup. So it's going to be interesting to see. We've seen a pretty wide variety out of them so far. We had the pretty standard Faith Natures, and then we had the zero-cost Rebirth Agonies deck out of Evolution. We'll have to see who adapts better in this as it goes towards match 3 on Dusk City. Alright. I won't really need to run the scream this time. I can just run off the map. Got a 2 aura start out of Evolution. He's already overriding. Looks like he's hurting. PsychoRaven at 4. Has 2 shields, so he's in a solid spot. Maybe a little frustrated with what he has. Looks like he's already overriding some too. Neither one off to a very quick start. We've got the upper spawn and the lower spawn here. It's not going to matter quite as much in a 1v1 setting. There's only one spawn that really makes too much of a difference in a 1v1, and that's if you have the up top spawn with the blocks. Evolution checking the shield there. Smart play. Doesn't lose the flame sword, but knows he can't really hit him. Oh, he does catch the ice sword. That was solid play right there. Can PsychoRaven keep from getting frozen? He takes a flame sword, which means he'll be unfrozen in time for the next block. Chooses to dodge. Makes the dodge. Let's see if he can catch those 2 swords now, or if Evolution can get more damage in. That's a 4-cost ice sword right there. Now it's going to be 5 cost. Looks like he's going to back out, take his 5 damage, and be satisfied with it. Probably going to drop that ice sword eventually. Looks like he did. He overrode it. Not sure what he's got. PsychoRaven's used to relearn. Has a purple now as well. Be interesting to see what he's got there if he's bringing out the erase arsenal. Does look like he has some fairly thick defenses, so maybe he's looking to play a long game, which is not a great start to the long game when you have a melee erase defense and you catch 2 of them in the face. That's a rough start. It's a mental thing too. That's one of the reasons I hate using Angel's Wing, is it seems like it's the right answer, but it never has the right execution. And then it gets in your head when somebody hits you with a melee and you have the melee erase defense. PsychoRaven now firing back, has the fortress, does catch a flame sword onto Evolution. Shame on that cartwheeler. Evolution catching the flame sword, knowing that PsychoRaven didn't have enough aura there after the reincarnation to block. I don't know if he kept that wall of current or not, or if he dropped that. See, nope, does not catch the reincarnation with the eraser, so that is the wall of current down and the eraser down. Just holding on to a fortress now. Evolution cartwheels off the map. Another blunder. That's 2 mistakes in a row now. We'll have to see how much that costs him. Both players have gone fairly far through their deck. We see a compressor now to PsychoRaven, so he is burning through the defenses purposefully. We see a reincarnation connect. Sorry, that was a bad camera angle. Thank you. I'll try and be a little bit more proactive about switching camera angles. Reincarnation still coming out of Evolution. It's a good answer to a compressor deck. I think Raven still has his Fortress of Iron, which is a good defense for that. Oh, he's going to catch the Fire Gehenna. Does not have enough aura to block that. He is down on aura. Evolution managed to finish off with the reincarnation there after blocking the compressor, and that was a solid 3-0 win for Evolution, really stepping up and making a statement. He wasn't a player that we thought was going to be super high in this group, but right there, he's leading the group now 1-0. It is against PsychoRaven. There's some other strong players in this group, but it was an admirable win by Evolution. Congratulations. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of this group plays out. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll have more matches coming.